I just wanted to say, do not ever feel like you have to address your relationship with God. And what I mean by that is people may come off and question you, like, why are you only talking about God? Every time I turn around, you're talking about God. It almost seems like you're fake. Like, everything is not surrounding God. And, people who don't have a personal relationship with God will project, and they're not going to understand how you have such a close relationship to, let's be real, somebody that you don't see, somebody that you can't pick up the phone and call physically, right? So people who do not have the concept of spirituality, and also who just do not know God, they know of him, but they do not know him. There's a difference between knowing of someone and having a relationship with someone. You get what I'm saying? So everybody has heard the word God in this world. It doesn't matter who you are, when you was born, we all have heard that word. But not everybody has a relationship. So what I'm saying is, the people who don't have a relationship, they're not going to understand. When you start talking and you start sharing your testimonies and you start preaching and you start, just talking about the things that God has, you know, allowed you to go through, and how it had built you up, and how God is your best friend, people are gonna look at you weird. They're gonna think this girl is crazy. She's batshit out of her mind. All she do is talk about God, and then, like I said, people will assume like, oh, it's fake. Like you're doing this to cover something up, not understanding that there's not a formal way to talk to God. There's not a formal way to pray to God. And what I mean formal, as in like a manual script, like you're saying like a repetitive, pre-recorded conversation every time. God is a person. He is alive. I talk to him just as if I'm talking to you on this video. You get what I'm saying? God knows my true feelings. He knows my heart. He literally is my best friend. Like, literally is my best friend. He makes me laugh. He gives me shelter. And when I'm not talking about shelter physically, I'm talking about spiritually. Shelter meaning I feel his embrace. I feel him hugging me. I feel his presence near me. That's what I'm talking about, shelter. He gives me comfort. He eases my mind, comfort, peace. When I am stressed and I am worried and I'm lost and I'm confused, he cares for me. And it got to the point where I felt like I don't even have to sit here and sugarcoat how I feel when I'm praying or I'm talking to him, as if he don't know. So of course I'm not sitting here cursing him out and being disrespectful, like I would never. But what I'm saying is, like, God, I'm angry. I'm angry at you because I don't understand. I'm angry at my situation because I don't know why this is happening to me. So it's like, that's why I say God is my best friend. That's why I'm always referencing him. That's why, like, I can't even think about anything without him. Life is nothing without him. Everyday life literally means nothing without God. And I wholeheartedly mean that. And I'm not saying like I obviously do everything right, because who does everything right? I had to let that pressure go. Like, oh, maybe I should stop talking about God because I don't live, I guess, like the traditional Christian life. But let's keep it a bean. What's a traditional Christian life? Going to church? Because some of the most biggest hypocrites and judgmental and vindictive people are in the church, just as well as though they're on the streets. But what I'm saying is, like, I had to stop criticizing myself. Sometimes we could be our own biggest critics when we think like we have to look for man's approval to talk about certain things, to do certain things, because we don't want to be judged. We're going to be judged no matter what. Only person who really matters, who's doing the judging, is the man upstairs. Everybody down here, it's irrelevant. And it's like, you should never feel ashamed about your relationship with God. Do not ever justify your relationship with God. If people have a question and they're interested and, they want more knowledge or wisdom, of course, whatever you're able to help them with, help them with. But I've learned to not, I'm okay with not being understood. I'm okay with people, looking at me like, oh my gosh, she's so weird, or everything she's talking about is so weird, and all she's talking about is God, 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 God. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Like, at first I wasn't, because I'm like, damn, I don't want to come off as like the weirdo. Like, but that's okay. Like, why? Because I guarantee anybody who's saying that, no offense, but you're not on my level. Guarantee. Guarantee. And I don't mean that cocky. I'm saying that very humbly, because I know the God that I serve, it's no way in the world. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in, but not even a position. What I mean by I wouldn't have overcame half of the things that I overcame. There were so many things that were set up, designed for me to either be dead or in jail. and just never make it out of poverty, never make it. I was, I went through so much in life for me to overcome it, and one, not look like what I went through, and two, the type of success that I have been able to attain over the years, even going through trials and tribulations and heavy trials and tribulations every single time. I know that God has his hand on me, and I know God has his hand on you too if you're watching this video. But yeah, that was just placed on my heart. I just wanted to mention this. Like, we're in a world where everybody's judging. We're on social media. Take it lightly. Take it lightly, because the more I am trying to put myself out there, the more I can tell you that you're going to attract a lot of evilness. And obviously, you don't know people behind the screen, but you're going to feel that energy. You might post a video, and then right after you post that video, you start getting, the feelings. And there's going to be evil eyes watching you, but not everybody who's going to be watching you is a bad person. And regardless of how much of an evil person they are who's watching you, they do not compare to God. I'm not threatened by man. A man can't do nothing or say nothing to me that's going to scare me. There's nothing that you can do. And I hope that whoever's watching this video, you have that same mindset. Do not allow people to make you feel ashamed. Do not ever feel ashamed. There's nothing to feel ashamed about. God loves you. Say it proudly. Share your testimonies. He put you through the things he put you through for a reason. And until you get comfortable with being uncomfortable and talking about those things, then you're just going to stay stuck, and you allowing people to dictate how you talk about certain things is going to do you no justice. And more than anything, when God communicates with you, God can communicate with you through so many different things, right? There's so many avenues that God can talk to you, and only you know how he communicates. Only you are going to know what you were just thinking in your head, and you seen the answer on a billboard, or you heard the answer on the TV, or you was thinking about something and your favorite number pop up on the mailbox or whatever when you're driving. Like, only you are going to have those experiences. No one else is in your head. No one else is going to be able to experience the synchronicities and the things that you experience. God designs it where it's only you. And most times, more times than not, you're going to be in a season of isolation when you're experiencing all this stuff. You're not even going to be able to relate to other people when God is talking to you and communicating with you and building you. You were going to literally feel like you're going crazy at first, because it's like, am I hearing... I'm hearing voices, but it's my own voice. It's a lot. But God definitely communicates with us so many different ways. And that's only something that you're going to be able to understand. That's only something that you're going through. So even when you open up and you express it to other people, those who believe you, they believe you. Those who don't. You don't have anything to prove. You can't prove certain things to people because it didn't happen to them. They weren't there. They'll never understand. God didn't give them that experience. You get what I'm saying?